Hello everyone, welcome to Learner's World by Sneha Ma'am. And today I'm going to take up the topic of nouns. Today I'll be discussing the five broad types of nouns that there are, what is a noun, and some interesting rules about countable and uncountable nouns. I'll give you a brief idea about what is a countable noun and what is an uncountable noun. Countable nouns are those that we treat as being able to be counted. So things like a chair or a table, 5 chairs, 5 tables. But things like rice, things like information, advice, all this we cannot count. We treat it as a single, as a whole unit that has some quantity that is quantifiable mathematically. But we do not say a rice, two rice, three rice, information, uh, an information, two information, three information. We do not do that. So that is what is an uncountable and a countable noun. So let's get started. I'll just start with the lesson right away. All right, so let's get started. What are we doing today? Firstly, the most basic definition of a noun. We'll have a few classifications of nouns. Also, some rules that are quite interesting. You might be hearing them for the first time today. And some practice exercises. Yes? All right, so let's get started. Nouns. What do we mean by a noun? What is it? It's a word that names a person, thing, animal, place, event, idea as well. Right? So we also have ideas that are classified as nouns. What is the classification? You have a common noun, a proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun, and material noun. So these are the broadly, the 5 types in which nouns can be classified. Yes. What is a common noun? A common noun is used for generic objects like a table, a chair, or perhaps mountains. It is not special. Proper nouns, on the other hand, are nouns that are special. So there's only one of that uh, type, right? So like Mount Everest, that is a proper noun. Collective nouns are those that we use for a group of objects or things, like a flock of birds. An abstract noun is something we cannot touch or feel or experience from any of our senses, such as an idea or a thought. So, imagination, that is an abstract noun. Moving on to the last type of noun, material nouns. They are things we can touch and feel. All right. So that was a very short definition of all the 5 types. I'm not really going into those types right now. This lesson is going to mainly focus on some rules and exercises. All right, let's take a look at the rules. The articles a and an are not used with uncountable nouns. So what are uncountable nouns? Nouns that we cannot say, we cannot count, as in we cannot say one rice. Can we say one rice? Can we say one advice? No. So for things that we cannot really count, uh, we would mention a quantity, a measure. So for that, we use the term uncountable nouns. And of course, the articles a or a and an are not used for uncountable nouns. We'll not say, I'm going to give you an advice. I'm going to give you an information. We will not say that. We can say, I'm going to give you some information. All right. Next one, some nouns seem singular, but they are in fact plural. Example, cattle, people, children. So children is not one children. It's more than one child. It's known as, so that's called children. Police. So for example, the children is playing in the field. Does that sound right? Tring tring. No. The children are playing in the field. Okay. Some nouns might seem plural. They might seem it's more than one, but they are indeed or in fact singular. Example, news. News sounds like it's more than one. It's a plural concept, but it is actually singular. We will say it was in the news. The news told us that. The news are too good to be true. Incorrect. The news was too good to be true. So it is treated as singular. Okay. Some nouns are always in a plural form and always take a plural verb. For example, ashes. We don't say ash. We say the ashes. They were immersed in the water, in the Ganges. Okay. Next one, riches. Her riches is not for you. Now that's incorrect. We say her riches are not for you. So always plural, taking a plural verb. All right, let's move ahead. So I've already given you some interesting rules about uncountable and countable nouns. Let's take a look at this. Some nouns have the same form in the singular as well as plural. For example, sheep, fish. It's not fishes, it's fish. One fish or eight fish. Crew, dear, family. Okay. Collective nouns can be singular as well as plural. So for all the collective nouns, you can have them as singular and as plural, depending on the situation and depending on the noun. If there is unity, then it is considered singular. So, for example, the jury has taken an urgent decision. We are imagining or conceptualizing the jury as one single unit. However, if I say the jury are divided in their opinions, we are talking about the different members of the jury. So we use are. Material nouns generally do not take an article before them when they are uncountable. So remember, uncountable nouns, as it is, we do not use a or an. So especially if it's a material noun, then it would never have an article. I like a platinum and a gold. That is incorrect. I like platinum and gold. Okay, so far I hope you've been liking the rules about uncountable and countable nouns. Let's now try to spot the errors in these sentences. Peoples are waiting for the train. Yes, that will be people are waiting for the train. People will always take a plural verb. She has received much gifts on her birthday. Does that sound correct? So no, much we will not use with countable nouns. So she has received many gifts on her birthday. The terrorists received many information regarding the activities of the soldiers. Again, information is uncountable. So we are going to use a lot or much information. Rikta studies in a girls' school. Rikta studies in a girls' school. Seems correct, but here the apostrophe will be after the S because there are many girls that study and, and it is a school for all those girls. So girls' school. The doctor gave her an advice. An advice? No. So we can say gave her some advice. because it's uncountable, or gave her a piece of advice. Orders for his arrest has been issued. Oh dear. Orders and has cannot go together. Agreement of the verb with the subject. So orders has to be followed by have. Orders for his arrest have been issued. Measles are contagious. Okay, so measles, again, it looks like a plural verb, but it's actually treated as singular. So measles is contagious. Okay, I hope you really found that informative. This was a session on uncountable and countable nouns, mainly some interesting rules about them. And I also did explain a little bit about the 5 broad types of nouns that there are. There will be many more videos up, much more content on grammar, literature, and all the various clubs that I have mentioned earlier. So see you again soon. Bye from Sneha ma'am.